Could you? Oh, Chris, go for it.
No, your age, I'm not gonna ask, but
Okay.
I think Jen told me, by the way. So maybe I'm ruining it there.
Okay.
But so some people might be like, there's younger students. They may ask, you know, how's this old dude running? Do you think? It's not me. This is a hypothetical situation.
Okay. All right.
So do you think that the age gives you experience and it gives you more, or what do you think your age will come off as to most undergraduate students?
Well, I mean, it's something that I've weighed on both sides as far as being an undergraduate student and some of the interactions that I have with students. That would I be intimidating? I'm going to say my size in itself may make me intimidating, but someone told me that I look like a pit bull, but you know I sound like Carlton. So,
Good call.
so thank you here all week. But outside of that, I think that by having experience, I think with introducing once again the fact that I was a non-traditional student on the young side of the totem pole, as well as being an older student, being familiar with a number of situations from different states and different schools, from public to private, and I mean just being able to deal, and as I made myself said to you a bit earlier about being accessible. And once again with the age thing, I mean I don't think I have to be a parent. I don't see myself as a parent, but once again someone that hopefully can add a bit more impact to pretty much all the students' lives. So that's the way I look at it. So as far as age, I mean, I'm going to say love is blind, and love being blind, I wear glasses, and I hope you see through the age thing that you're looking for a good representative. So
I think we got an next question.
Yeah, what would you say your biggest weakness is heading into your election?
I would say the popularity situation, and part of the reason I say popularity, once again, you have two individuals who are once again battling, and I mean once again, as I mentioned a bit earlier, that's a bit distracting because of the focus should be actually on the total student body. So I mean, to me, my opinion, both individuals should step down, or the individual that's acting should maintain his position and be assisting versus what's happening now. So and just hearing some of the student concerns, and that's what put me in the venue to be a better representative, hopefully listening and acting towards and responding towards some of the concerns of students versus pushing an agenda of I want to be on top. So
Thank you.
You alluded to having a couple key things that you wanted to. Could you elaborate on things that you would like to accomplish if you are president? You mentioned 24-hour busing. What other things would you push for?
I'm glad you mentioned 24-hour busing. Awesome. Transportation. One of the things I also have a problem right now with happens to be financial aid. Some people and financing for schools, and we happen to be the biggest SUNY, and there's a sizable grouping that has lost a sizable amount of funding, and there aren't resources available. That's really hard for me to deal with. Another thing right now that I think is I mean, we're all about wellness and health. The Wellness Center, I think, offers a number of avenues. There's the, I mean, myself, I've visited Michael's Center for things from like having my eye scratched to, I mean, just being active about that. And information from the president's office, things like that. My thing is having access to the president. I mean, with all due respect, I think that there should be a time that outside of how busy the individual is, I mean, what works for us. I'm under the impression. So, with that being said, I mean those are my main issues right now. Having total access, be it undergrads, but we're still students. Period. I mean, outside of labeling, I mean we all know how labeling can. we all know how labeling can be an issue, but some of those things we need to dismiss. So once again, the funding, financial aid as a resource to pretty much all of the students, which actually helps with the diversity issue, or concrete diversity, which, like I said, with that amount of funding or funding being taken away, that takes away the sense of diversity, and that's where I stand on those issues.
I think
You said that you think that SA needs a breath of fresh air and kind of a new person to come in, but do you believe that you're the most qualified, considering that you've been around and they know all that's going on campus?
Well, it's great that you say that. One thing I think is pretty good, and when I say fresh air, is that sometimes if wherever you live, if you live in an area all of your life, I mean, you don't get out, you don't have an opportunity to experience choices or opportunities. And I mean, so be it that there are individuals that are a part of SA, but sometimes conformity sets in, and the lack of energy that can consider other thoughts and other movements and put into motion once again like a fresh take on things. So with that, once again, my experience, I would have to say, not just dealing with student governments, being involved in student government, but also in venues that cover the state, from presidential elections across all parties. And since I've been here, something that you're going to see in the SA website is that I've covered everything from elections to other here in the States and elsewhere. So once again, with an experience, fresh air, I think by approaching this office, I believe that's what will be my strength.
Time's up. Motion.
Perfect timing.
Motion for 2 minutes.
Yeah, motion.
Second.
There you go. Motion. You got 2 minutes. Any other questions? No. All right. Now, seeing as you're the non-traditional type of student, haven't really had much involvement with SA, do you think that you, being president, if elected, do you think you'll be able to rally the other members of the executive board to get behind and accomplish what what they have set in and incorporate your ideas as well?
Well, I have to say, usually a lot of times there is a transition period, without question. I mean, going from youthfulness to adulthood to senioritis, or however, trying to intermix those terms. I think most of the time, as long as there's a meeting of the minds that it's not self-interest, it's a larger interest. And I think hopefully with being able to commit myself as the potential president, I think that could pretty much open a lot of discussion and solidify a number of movements, from not just for myself that I look at, but also some of the policies that may already be in working. But like I said, it's not just me, it's once again working with the larger group to get things done. So.
Anything else, Ray?
No, I think
We'll add the 30 seconds on those closing
here
statements.
and a closing statement.
You'll have 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, adding this time on your closing statement.